course. Exactly. All right, so here's where I want to start. First of all, the one equation, actually the two equations you already know. Let's start there, right? We have compounded interest. And, of course, we know that equation. Now, here's what I'm going to throw at you. We have A equals P times 1 plus. We have always written it as R over N. This book likes the letter K. So I'm going to put a K here to the KT. Again, K is just the number of times per year. All right? This book is special. We also know compounded continuously. Which is A equals P e to the RT. PERT, of course. Gotta love PERT. Now here is our first new one. This one's the easy one. Simple interest. We're going to have A equals P plus PRT. So this just says I have my principal plus my principal times the rate times time. Of course, our rate is always written as a decimal. Nope. Not like it is for PERT. It's all on the same level. It's simple. It's basic. It's beginning. Okay? Last one we have is what we call future value. Oops, future value. Hopefully I can spell. All right, future value. And this equation is A equals P. We have the P out in front. That's going to be our payment. Actually, let's use an R here to represent payment. We'll change that. So R, and then we have 1 plus a little lowercase r over K to the KT divided by R over K. All right, so in this one, this is your monthly payment. Everything else, of course, we know. So these are the 4 new ones, okay? The only one that's going to be really special is the last one, and when we get to that one, we're going to talk about it further. But I'd like to have it at the beginning of your notes, right? Okay, so here we go with some examples. Gosh, thanks. So example number 1. Example number 1, this is what you do for 1 through 4. The direction states, find the value using compound interest, then simple interest. So you're actually doing the first 4 problems, I guess, kind of twice with the information, okay? Why? Because I care that much. All right, so maybe our P equals, let's say, 1,200. We're going to say R is 8%. We're going to have it compounded monthly. So that means if it's compounded monthly, K is 12. And let's do it for 5 years. Sounds great. So T equals 5. All right, so first we're going to do the compound interest one. So A equals 1,200 times 1 plus 0.08 over 12. Raise it to the 12 times 5. We're going to throw that all in our wonderful calculators. All right. I got $1,787.81. Awesome. So that's what you do first, and then we're going to do it with simple interest. So we're going to do it one more time. This time, we've got A equals 1,200 plus 1,200 times 0.08 times 5. Any? Mostly I need to see how it, yeah. I want to see where you put it into the equation so I can see you know how it goes in the equation. That way, if for some reason if you don't get the right answer, it's because you just typed it in your calculator wrong. Okay? Go ahead. Okay, so when that's a great question. When it's compounded, you're always taking 8% off of the bigger amount you have every time. Okay? When it's simple interest, it's 8% off the beginning, and that's what's added every time. Okay? That's a really good question. Anybody else? All right, so we're good with 1 through 4? All right. Example number 2. Example number 2, we are doing 5 through 8. And this is going to say, find the amount accumulated after investing P for T years at K times a year. So those directions simply mean compound interest, doesn't it? It's our compound interest equation. So we're going to have P equals, let's say, 2,500 this time. R is 6.2%. K is 4. And T equals 12. So we have A equals 2,500 times by 1 plus. How do I change 6.2% to a decimal? Yeah, 0.062. Move that over 2 places. It is over K, which is 4, raised to the 4 times 12. All right. I got $5,230.90. Are we good? Make sure that you guys are getting it plugged in okay. No questions plugging it in, right? Okay. Do you have a question, Matthias? Oh. Okay. Sample number 3. I can go back. No big deal. That's the bonus of using technology. Yep, if I had a whiteboard, I would have already erased it and it'd be gone. Good? Okay. You are very welcome. Anytime. Okay. For this one, we are going to do 9 through 12. And we are doing compounded continuously, given that P equals 2,000. R is 7.1% for 9 years. So because it's continuously, this is where we use PERT. So A equals 2,000 E to the R 0.071 times 9. So I got $3,789.17. So on this one, to kind of piggyback off the question that Sophia asked earlier, when it's continuous, the interest is building every day. So when it's compounded continuously, it's not every month it's added on, it's not every year or anything like that. Every day as your money goes up, it goes up. Do you know what I mean? So it's always going every day off of the interest that's already there. Okay? Any question? I know you guys know how to do compounded continuously. Truncating, yes. Cut it right off. Okay? All right. Let's talk about the last one. The last one covers questions 13 and 14. Future value. So here's the thing about future value. A lot of times what they're asking you to do, when we talk about future value, it's like, for me, for example, if I was going to try and put together money in a retirement fund, I would be depositing so much money into that fund every month for so many years until I plan to retire. I may never get to, but no. Okay. So anyway, that's what we're using when we talk about future value. You guys are funny. So here is example number 4. In example number 4, this is your 13 and 14. Let's say I am going to make $500 deposits or payment, right, into a retirement fund. And let's say this fund pays, or it earns, 7.88% compounded. Oh, compound. I can't try it again. Compounded quarterly, we'll say. And for 20 years. Okay, I still got 20 years before I can retire. I want to know how much money I'm going to have in that account. All right, so here's how we're going to set it up. We have A equals. My monthly payment is $500. I'm going to put that out in front. Then on the top over here, we have 1 plus our rate, so 0.0788 over K. What is my K here? That's going to be my exponent. What's the K part? It says quarterly, so it's 4, right? My exponent is technically 4 times 20, or 80. And it's all divided by 0.0788 divided by 4. So here's where it gets tricky, is plugging it into our calculator. Okay? All right, so everybody's got the formula all in there, right? So how I recommend you type this in is to do this top part of the line first. Okay? So calculate your 1 plus 0.0788 over 4 to the 80. Then times that by 500, hit enter, and then divide by 0.0788 over 4, and make sure you put that in parentheses. Okay? So it's going to take a little practice. That's why we have a little bit of time. When you get the top, all right, let's do this together. We'll do it this way. So let's type in the top part first, just this part, just the right here. All right. So if I type this in, I get 1 plus 0.07. Okay. Okay. Hold on. All right. So right now I have 500. On the top, I got 4.762. Still on the bottom, I'm at this right here. Is everybody still good? Still all okay? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and multiply these two together. So I'm going to times it by 500. Yep. So I'm at 2381.02277. And I'm going to divide by, in parentheses, 0.0788 over 4. Oh, you know what? I left one thing off my formula. We got to fix it. I left one thing off, so I apologize. Let's go back to our equation. I must have wrote, yeah. So let's fix it. I apologize. I make mistakes too, right? It happens. Right here on the top, after you do this part on the top, this is what I left off. It should be -1 right here. Okay, so I apologize. So now let's go back to our formula. So put -1 there. Please fix it. Okay, so right here I should have a -1 on the top. Right there. Okay, so that's when I plug this in, it's going to change it a little bit. Let's fix it. So on top, when I calculate this and subtract 1, this is going to change this a little bit. So then let me get rid of, we'll just fix all of this after that. I knew something was wrong. All right, so now let's see what we get. I apologize for that mistake. So when I multiply by 500, I got 1881 divided by 0.0788 over 4. There we go. That sounds better. Well, 95,483.3. Oh, 482. You're right. Sorry. My goodness. 0.23. All right. Okay, hold on. What do you mean? Well, okay, so because I rounded earlier, like in here, you left it all in your calculator the whole time, right? See, I didn't, and so that's why it's that answer. Do you know what I mean? So like here, because I only put that number up and not the whole thing, that changed it like later on in my answer. That's the only reason. So your answer is also right because you kept the whole thing in there. Do you see what I'm saying? Okay, I want to do one more really quickly and then we're done. All right? One last one just like this to make sure that we got this. So here is example number 6. Oh, is it number 5? Sorry. Number 5. And, All right. So we're still going to do future value. And in the future value, let's say your R. Let's go with 400 this time. Let's say your R, your lowercase r, your rate is 7%. Let's go K equals 12 and T equals 5. All right, so here we go. We get A equals 400. On the top, we're going to have 1 plus 0.07 over 5. Nope, over 12, sorry. Over 12. Raised to the 12 times 5, and then minus 1, all over 0.07 over 12. So let's practice one more time and make sure we can get it all to come out right. What did you guys get? All right, let's try this again because I got something different than you guys. So relax. I got the same as you. I got $28,637.16. All right, 28,637.16. All right, so what I put in my calculator was this part first. Then I subtracted 1 times by 400, and then divide and put it in parentheses, the denominator. You can, it doesn't matter. What? Oh, you're just talking about the top? Yeah. Okay, so make sure you got this answer.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, any other questions? Let's see.